Okay, so today we're going to be going over a DM template that you can use on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now, I know some of you are also interested in finding clients on TikTok, and you can still use the same template. However, I'm going to add a slight caveat, a slight twist. You have to understand, most TikTok creators are getting hit up with tons and tons of notifications, so they're not really going to check their DMs. So it's still worth trying. However, the caveat is what I want you to do is if you find somebody on TikTok that you want to work with, find their Instagram or find their Twitter and reach out to them using the template we're going to be going over today. So this template works best on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now, another thing that I want you to understand is don't copy and paste the exact same template that I'm going to be showing you today. That's why everything within Freelancer Profit Manual and everything that I really teach in general is usually principle-based, because what happens is somebody starts using the exact same template. Like I could give you the exact words, and then 1,000 people, because a lot of people find my material, 1,000 people are going to start using that exact thing, copy and paste. I've tested this, and I know it's going to happen. So I'm today going to be showing you, yes, an example, because I want you to understand the thought process. I want you to see exactly what it would look like. But I'm also going to be focusing on the exact principles that I want you to understand, because by you understanding the principles, you can tweak it and fit it within the context of your service, within the conversation, etc. Now, all of this is predicated on you have already followed through on the money back method as far as like building up rapport with the chosen person that you want to work with. So that's following them, engaging with some of their content, sending, like replying, commenting if you're on Instagram, etc. So you've built up a little bit of rapport, and then boom, this is where you transition into sending them the DM we're going to be going over today. So this is my 6-figure DM script. So what you want to do is, number one, you want to compliment them. Now, why would you want to compliment somebody? Well, you want to compliment somebody, obviously, because well, everybody likes validation. I love the amount of support you guys show me. It makes me feel good. I don't need it, but it makes me feel good. You, if I went up to you, like in the DM, sometimes I'll reach out to random people that follow me and I'm like, hey man, hope you have a great day. Little things like that people really like. And it's the exact same way with the potential people you're going to be working with. They're sitting there putting all this time and effort into this business, trying to make money, helping their customers, promoting their service, growing their social media, etc. So if you can come in and offer a compliment, well, you're going to make them feel good. So compliment them, and it needs to be genuine. Don't come out and just say some random compliment, because what's going to happen is you're going to compliment them with something that's not even genuine, and they're, nah, here's another one of those guys. So you want to make sure that the compliment is genuine, because they can feel that, they can sense that, and by it being genuine, well, it's going to mean more. So after you've done that, and whenever I say compliment, by the way, you need to be specific. So an error that I've seen a lot of you, and I've tested this exact script on about 350 of you so far, a common mistake, guys, that I've seen you do is you sit there and you just, hi, great post. Cool. Wow. Thank you so much. On the other hand, the people, and obviously those people get ignored. So what you want to do so that you get replied to and you possibly close a new client is you want to compliment them on something specific. That could be something as simple as, hey man, this recent thread you put out on Twitter about X, Y, and Z really stood out to me because I overcame X, Y, Z 2 years ago. Or if it was an Instagram post, hey man, I really like all the effort you're putting into your videos, and like the most recent one where you put it out about X, Y, and Z really stood out to me, blah, 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 blah. So it needs to be something genuine. So it needs to be specific. It needs to be genuine. Now, number 2 is you need to ask a question that sets the stage for the service that you're offering. Now, what do I mean with that? Obviously, within the context of my skill set, I am an email copywriter. I do some other things now, but if I were rewinding back to whenever I just got started, I would only be offering email copywriting. So basically what I would say, let's use Twitter as an example. I would reach out and be like, hey man, your recent thread on XYZ really stood out to me because, let me give you a better example. Hey man, your recent thread on, you losing so much weight stood out to me because a couple years ago, I was 285 pounds, dropped down to 170. And then that's the compliment. Now, whenever I'm setting the stage, I would say, out of interest, are you using these threads as emails? Question mark. Now, why would I ask a question like that? I would ask a question like that because, well, I'm an email copywriter. I offer email services. So I'm setting the stage to where they're going to respond to my question, and I can lead that conversation into getting them on the phone. And if you're interested in like getting them on the phone and you're like nervous about having to talk to people on the phone, I just released a module about how to deal with like the principles behind closing people over the phone. So make sure to watch that. Now, you could also do this if you're a web designer. You could also do this if you're a graphic designer, a web developer, any like an app developer, anything, literally any skill that you have, you can follow this exact template. That's why it's so great, because you can compliment anybody. Everybody has something you can compliment, and then you can ask a question that sets the stage for your specific skill set. Now, once you've done this, number 3 of my 6-figure DM script is literally this: leading them through the stages. So different, maybe ask them 1 or 2 other questions. You lead that conversation to either closing them in the DMs, because you can totally close people in the DMs. I've closed some big deals in the DMs. However, most actual like businesses, business owners, especially nowadays, they like to actually be able to get on the phone with you. Now, whenever I say get on the phone with you, I don't literally mean get on the phone, because I know all of us were in different time zones, etc. So what most people, especially online business owners, which is who you're going to be targeting, you can also use this for local companies, but I'm assuming you want to travel the world as I am, is most of these people, they're fine getting on Zoom. Everybody knows what Zoom is. Maybe some dinosaurs still use Skype, but everybody I know, literally 100% of the people I know, we use Zoom all the time. So you can use Zoom and you'll get them on a Zoom call. Now, let's go back over this. You compliment them. After that, you ask them a question. And then from that question, you set the stage for your service. And you're just finding out, you're feeling out the context of how you can possibly help them. So maybe let's use my example. They basically say, oh, yeah, you know, Dylan, I don't really use these threads for my emails. And I would say, oh, man, I mean, you could easily turn these into like content for your email list. I mean, how many people are on your email list, or how many emails a week are you using or sending? Just something like that. And guess what? They're going to say, hey, yeah, I mean, I'm sending out about 2 emails a week. And I'm like, okay, that's actually around the average that you should be looking for. I'd actually recommend about 3. And from there, I could lead it into, well, I've got a few ideas for you. Here's some results that I've gotten for other clients, because I know everybody today talks about how they're an email copywriter. And here's some of the ideas of what I can do for you. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. And then I would also say, if that sounds like something you're interested in, let me know and we can hop on Zoom sometime this week. And then they're going to reply with whether they're interested. Maybe they'll be, nah, you know, Dylan, I appreciate you, but not really interested. To which I could say, great, sounds good. Or you can, instead of wasting that lead, you can say, awesome, not a problem at all. Would you happen to know any people that are like have some kind of online business that are interested in boosting their sales through email copywriting using organic methods that aren't like the annoying salesy types of emails? Boom, send that to them. Maybe they know somebody. Maybe they'll refer somebody to you. Maybe they won't. Who cares? Maybe they'll say, oh, yeah, I'll keep you in mind. Basically, they're saying, yeah, you know, whatever, never going to remember you. Or maybe this guy says, oh, yeah, Dylan, that would actually be awesome. And then if he doesn't say anything after that, I would say, great, how does tomorrow at this time to this time work? Or do you have any time, open time? I know you're busy. Do you have any open time slots between this time and this time tomorrow? And then from there, boom. Or you can even say, what time zone are you in? And they'll say Eastern. And then I'm like, great, I'm in the exact same time zone as you. I've got quite a busy week. However, do you have any time between this time and this time that we could sit down and talk? Boom. Schedule, or like literally just closed a call. And from there, you listen to the other module where I show you how to go about actually closing somebody over the phone. But that's really all you've got to do. You don't need to overthink this DM stuff. It's literally like too many of you are trying to be too salesy and too much of a copywriter instead of just solving a problem. And that's a massive problem because you're forgetting that by being a freelancer, you're out here helping other people solve their issues. You're helping them save time, as I've already told you before, and you're helping them make money. Your service, the skill that you are cultivating right now as you're watching this, is something that's going to help other people, other businesses make more money, save their time. Maybe it's making a website for them, making graphics for them, managing their Instagram, managing their DMs, closing people on the phone, making apps, making sales pages, email copywriting. There's so many different skills out there, and your skill is out there and people find it valuable. You have to understand that. And then from there, it's literally just running the numbers. I've spoken to quite a few of you by this point, and you'll tell me, oh yeah, Dylan, I've sent 2 DMs a day for the past week. No responses though. I think something's wrong. Can you take a look at my DM? Well, no wonder you're getting ignored. Not only are you hardly sending out any DMs, but also, who are you targeting? Oh, well, just really anybody that needs a newsletter. Wrong. You need to know exactly what niches you're targeting. That's why I've told you guys, you need to focus on the niches that you're already kind of interested in. And why is that? The reason is you already are familiar with some of the leaders. You're already familiar with some of the words that they use, etc. And that's going to make it so much easier for you to be able to target those niches. And then from there, it's literally just a matter of running the numbers, going through Twitter, going through Instagram, going through LinkedIn, wherever it is you're looking for leads, doesn't matter, and sending out those DMs. And by sending out those DMs, what happens? You increase the probability that somebody is going to want to work with you. So use this script. Keep me updated. If I can help you at all with anything else, let me know. Talk to you soon.